Yo, what up, everyone? My name is Toby. This is the Theory Podcast. We have a very special guest in the building today. I'm probably gonna mess up her name, but Sabale Sitole is here. I know I fumbled the first name.
Yo,
Well, better known as Sibz Jolie. Sibz, welcome to the Theory Podcast. How you
thank
feeling?
you. I'm feeling good. Haven't been on a podcast in a minute, and this is exciting.
Yeah.
I like talking.
You
So
do?
this is dope.
I thought you were shy, but you're
I
actually a
am
playful
shy.
person.
I am shy, but I love interviews and just talking and interacting with people, and
Got you.
so that people can kind of get to know me because people always like are very
Come with assumptions about
yeah,
you.
a lot of assumptions
Right,
and
right, right.
misinformed and stuff. So it's nice to always just be able to speak about myself and to people
For sure.
figure out that I'm just a quirky weirdo.
All right, well, let's go deep for a minute, right? I don't want to ask you generic, how are you doing? I
Okay.
want you to, on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to gauge it. How are you?
Damn, no, that's like such a therapist question.
I know,
like
right?
that's so deep. Like, damn, how do I scale how I am?
But this
from
is a
1
safe
to
space.
10?
It's a safe space, so just how you are with your therapist.
Look, I'm content. Let me give it a 5.
A
Let me
5?
give it a 5.
Just
I'm
average.
content. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to go deeper in the therapy
Oh my
session
god,
now.
no.
Wait, hold on, hold on. What would it take to get to 10?
What would it take to get to 10? There's a lot of things that I want to achieve and want to kind of tick off my list. However, if I'm being honest, I feel like even though once I have achieved those things, it still won't get me to 10. So I don't really think 10 is like attainable. And I'm also someone who's very okay with being content and not necessarily chasing like the ultimate, oh, here I'm like, fine. So I think there's a few things that can happen for me to go to 7, 8, you know?
Right.
But when I'm there, I'd be fine. Like I wouldn't say I would be chasing like a 10.
It's so funny how conversation and the mind works because just what you mentioned about being content, but still being ambitious.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with that.
Really?
Like, yeah, I wrestle with it so much. I remember there was a time my brother were driving in a nice car and people were taking pictures of us. And he said to me that they don't even realize that the same way we're laughing in this nice car is the same way we were laughing in a Fiat Punto.
Yeah.
And I want to be ambitious, but I also want to be content. But I feel like being content will mean that I'm happy in modest situations. Like, even if I'm in the hood, I'm still just content.
I think it just it creates kind of like a mindset for you to be grateful for where you are while still looking for where you can go and never feeling like there can't be better. Because that's why I say I don't think I'd ever reach a 10. I think I'd always be chasing it, but I'm okay with that. I'm okay with constantly feeling like this is great, but I know there's better. This is great, but I know there's better. That's how I feel.
But does content not mean satisfied?
Pretty much satisfied, but I'm saying I'm putting it in a way where I'm trying to make it seem like even if I am at 5, I'm not dying. Like I'm not sad or upset with being at my 5.
Yeah.
There's always gonna be better,
Right.
but I'm fine with my 5, and I'm okay with pacing myself to getting to a 6 and a 7 and an 8.
Right.
But even when I do get to the 6, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is cool. This is cool. I must like your brother just explained it. The way he was laughing in the previous car is the same way he's laughing. So I'm gonna still laugh the
Right.
same way in every level.
Enjoying the journey. Got
much,
you.
pretty
Okay. Well, it's interesting you're saying you are content as a social media influencer because I feel like social media is the biggest enemy to our contentment.
I actually don't like referring to myself as a social media influencer.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. It's okay. It's one of those things that kind of came to me. Like I never really like aspired and was like, oh my God, I really want to be a content creator. I really want to be big on social media. It just happened that I would say I was mates and knew a lot of people who are big actually in the social media space and whatever. And then by default, brands would approach me and type of thing like that. But I'm a businesswoman.
Got
The
you.
social media stuff it just came to me, and it is what it is. I'm not angry about it, but it's not something I was chasing for. But just back to what you were saying, social media kind of does not kinda. It does. It's messed up so much.
Right.
It's messed up so much. I was actually speaking to two friends of mine yesterday on a group chat, and we were like, you know, maybe it would be nice if like social media could just disappear for like a year, and we just have WhatsApp. Do you
Kind of like how
understand?
COVID and us going outside disappeared. Travel
Yeah.
disappeared for a year.
Yeah, like
Right,
like
right,
just
right.
for a year where
Yeah.
all we have is WhatsApp. Anything you share with people that you actually know, and it's only them that can actually have something to say, be it good or bad. But I mean, 90% of the time it's gonna be good because it's people you actually know.
Right.
And even if there are haters, which is that 10%, they're not even gonna say anything.
Facts.
So you get to really be happy
Yeah.
about whatever it is that you're doing, whoever it is you're dating, whatever,
Yep.
without the outside noise of social media, because now that's what it's created. It's like
Facts.
it's almost like we're now trying to prove or make everyone else happy apart from like ourselves type of
Wow.
because now we're just like, oh, I wonder if like when I post this, people must be like, oh yeah,
Loving
this is
it.
this is a great holiday that you went to. Oh my god, do you understand?
Yeah.
Like way past you actually just being in the holiday and enjoying it and like
Right.
sharing with your close friends if you really want to.
We're trying to get people to affirm our holidays, our weekends,
Oh my
our
God.
wedding ceremonies.
The bag you're carrying,
Right,
the car
right,
you're
right.
driving,
Yeah.
your bracelets, it's like, there's so much.
Right.
So yeah, we were actually speaking about that yesterday. Like, damn, it would be nice if we could just go back to being ourselves more.
There are a lot of women that will be hearing this and be like, hell no,
Of
Sibz.
course.
You're messing with my bread and butter. Are you crazy? But you mean go back.
But that's and to be honest, that is the other side of it. Because
Right.
to be honest, like social media has really created
Careers.
a great career
Yeah,
and a
yeah.
great stream of income for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
it would be sad if you look at it in that regard.
Facts.
But I can't not have my opinion.
True.
I
And
gotta-
I feel like sometimes we have to care about people over profit.
100%.
It's messing with people's minds, and I feel like, yeah, but we live in a world where profit will always
Yeah,
be.
yeah,
It's all about the money. But so you're not a social media influencer. To be honest, I haven't even seen you do like brand collaborations in a
Yeah,
while.
like
Yeah.
I damn, yeah, like
So when they come to you now, like, is there a check that's big enough? Is there like a amount that's like, okay, I'll do it for that one? I'm sure there is.
I think it's more of which brand wants me
Ah.
more than the check, because there has been certain brands that reach out to me and I'm like, this ain't really me. This doesn't really align to what I would naturally buy or do.
Yeah.
So I can't. So
Right.
for me, what speaks more is the brand. There are a lot of brands who, if they were to approach me, oh my God, I would be like, yes, now, tomorrow, Maybe it also just ties into the fact that I am a model. I have modeled a few times with a few brands and stuff like that. And I'd actually rather refer to myself as a model. So I would love if a brand like wants to reach out and wants me to like model their things and stuff like that versus content creation.
Would you ever walk the runway?
100%.
You would?
I would love to.
Okay.
I would actually love to walk for Makosa.
Oh, I'm familiar with the brand,
Yeah.
the South African brand.
I'd love to because, and I've actually had the pleasure of letting the owner of the brand know, and I said to him, I think that a brand that is proudly South African or even African should really embrace African bodies and take it to the world, because we should be bragging about the fact that we're actually the blueprint of BBLs, if we're being honest, And so instead of us now taking the European standard of what a model should look
The
like,
slim, slender. Right,
slender,
right.
why don't we take our own brand and push our own real core bodies? Sarah Batman was famous for a reason, and we should probably
And to that he said what?
it was just a chat in passing. And he was like,
Okay.
oh, I hear you. But he did show me that on one of his shows, the closing model was this voluptuous, thick woman type of thing. And I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah,
oh, so you do get it. And I was like, okay, well, now I want to be the closing girl.
For
So yeah,
sure.
that's definitely one of the brands that I'd love to walk the runway for. Apart from obviously all the other greats.
Yeah.
But I'm quite big on, starting local and
Speaking of BBLs, I didn't want to bring it up, but you said you brought it up. You you alley-ooped it
you
for me.
didn't want to bring it up.
I said I wasn't
real?
gonna bring it up, but
For
you just threw it
real?
on the dashboard, so I'm
okay.
thanking. They are South African women who do get BBLs, right? And I think there's been rumors that you got a BBL at some point. Is
There
that
has
true?
been. No, I've never had a BBL.
For real?
I've never had.
Lipo?
No, like I've always naturally been small waist, big at the bottom. Like my whole family were like all shaped like this.
Yeah.
From all my dad's kids,
Gotcha.
type of thing. So no.
So if we see your mom, we'll be like,
I've
oh,
never
no,
had
she
to.
ain't get
No,
it.
no, no. The thing is, it's not from my mom's side. It's from my dad's side. My dad always says that I'm shaped just like his mother, my
Oh, I
grandmother.
see. Okay.
So yeah, with my dad had 4 wives, and with the kids from all the wives, all the girls are like this. Like that's literally how you can tell that. Oh yeah, she's my sister. There's no hiding it.
Right.
But yeah, no.
We don't need a
never-
DNA test.
Nah,
That's her.
That's that waste then.
Your dad had 4 wives?
My dad had.
He's a busy man.
He was.
Where does
He
your
was.
mom come in the wife? What position?
My mom is number 3. Is number 3. What do you say when someone has passed on? I don't know. My dad has passed on, so
Oh,
I
sorry
don't
to
know.
hear that.
It's okay. Thank you. I don't know if I say was number 3 or is number 3. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
my mom was number 3 though.
Okay. And how did that affect you? Like, or did that affect you in any way? Like, being like your dad, did you have trust issues with men?
I think I have trust issues with men just in general. It's got nothing to do with my dad. But
This is the part of the therapy session where we go to daddy issues.
where we have I never had daddy issues actually.
No?
Like
Oh,
I
okay.
had a great relationship with my dad. We remember now all I knew was him being here for 2 days, 3 days, a week type of thing. It's not like I grew up where he was there 24/7 and then all of a sudden it changed. That's all I know. So I would say the only effect it has is that unfortunately people tend to assume that because I come from a polygamist family that's also what I want type of thing, which is not the case. So yeah, I think that's the only thing, because it's like now when like you're dating someone, it's almost as if they feel like if this is your life, then it's easy was not.
Right.
You would be okay then being, a second or a third or whatever. So that's the only, I'd say, downfall, if there is one about it. But in terms of my relationship with my dad, wow, I had a great relationship with my dad. Like my dad was like my superhero.
How's your relationship with marriage? Do you believe in a family structure that's different from the one you were brought up in? Yeah.
Yeah, I believe in one man and one woman getting together and starting a family. However, I can never speak ill or say I am against any polygamous setup because I come from it. I feel like I'd be very hypocritical to do that. So I always say, if I were to meet someone and we get married and down the line he decides that he would like to marry another wife or and so on, it wouldn't be an immediate yes, but I would be willing to hear him out because I get it, and I always think of how if my father's first wife was like, no, you're never going to do that, and all that stuff, I wouldn't be here. So I try to always think of it in that manner and try to be understanding that these things do happen. I come from it. I don't think it's wrong or it's a mistake or it's, because then that's what I'm calling myself and my parents, which I think is delusional. So yeah, but I ideally I'm a very jealous and
Possessive
person. So
You
I would
want one.
ideally want my man to be my man.
Yeah,
And my
yeah.
man only.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't think, even though this might sound strange, but I don't necessarily believe that our parents are meant to be the ones that dictate our beliefs on marriage.
100%.
I think we have to get to a certain point where we can own our own beliefs on marriage after we grow up, because a lot of time parents think that, oh, I don't want to tell them about the problems we're having, or we're just going to stay together, because if they know now, they won't want to get married.
Right.
You know, it'll shut down any desire for marriage. So I asked, who is it that maybe got you this belief on love and still like
Fairy
fighting for it?
tales.
Fairy tales?
Damn, they did me so dirty because
Happily ever
that
after.
stuff don't really exist no more, you know.
Yeah.
But I think it was just a lot of your chick flick movies. To be honest, also from what I saw with my mom and dad, those two are very in love and they displayed their love in front of us, you know, type of thing. We're those kids that grew up like my mom would, like in the morning if my dad's going to work, she's carrying his briefcase with him to the car and she puts it in the boot and then he's going to give her a kiss and, you know, say his goodbye. Or I know whenever my dad is coming home, my mom is going to, regardless of what's cooked already for lunch or dinner, she's going to go and cook a new meal just for my dad, you know, change the towels in the bathroom, new bedding, everything, you know. So apart from fairy tales and stuff, it's a lot of love that I saw from just my parents. My dad would also like take my mom to Durban maybe like once a month, and every time she'd come back with a new pair of shoes. It was that vibe. I grew up around a lot of romance, actually. Also, I remember now that you ask me, actually, I never thought of it. But when I was back in grade 1, it's crazy that I still remember this. Damn, grade 1 was a while ago. But when I was back in grade 1, my grade 1 teacher, Mrs. Nokia.
Nokia?
Norkia, actually.
Oh,
It's Afrikaans. Norkia.
Oh, okay.
She
I thought she
was-
made the Nokia phones.
No. I was actually trying to say it in an English accent, which you should never do because it's an Afrikaans word.
Okay.
But she was married to someone who every lunch break, that man would be
Stop
standing
it.
at the door with roses in his hands.
Stop it.
Every lunch break. Sometimes she wouldn't even see him standing and we'd be in the class and be like,
I see him standing.
like-
Wow.
yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, it was all of that. I
Oh
grew
my
up seeing
goodness.
a lot of romance around me. And I always would be like, damn, I can't wait one day when I have my man that's coming and giving me roses. I think that's actually where the love of flowers started.
From
Because that man,
Nokia.
I wouldn't, and if it wasn't every day, it was maybe like every Friday, but it was very repetitive.
And how long did you go to that school for to know this? Like, were you there for some years?
I mean, I was in grade 1 for 1 year.
Oh, okay.
In her class.
Right. For
Yeah.
a whole year, you saw
Yeah.
this
I
man
saw
weekly
this man
coming in.
every time. I could actually draw this man. And he would
My
always wear
goodness.
like your typical boer outfits. The shorts with that khaki shirt and the boots. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It was so stunning.
Damn, those are the type of things I'm like, I need to step up my game with my girl.
Yeah, you better step up your game. Please don't tell me she has to ask you for flowers.
No, she doesn't have to ask for flowers. But I feel like
Jeez.
I don't love flowers. I feel like it's the biggest waste of money ever.
No,
It's the biggest
but
con.
that's where guys get it wrong.
Talk to me.
Just so that-
Sell me on
Just so
flowers.
that I can like even show this myself. Because it's like,
Because you know what I hated about it, right? When I would watch the movies, right?
yeah.
A woman would always smell the flowers first. It doesn't smell. And I was so disappointed when I realized that flowers don't smell like they smell in movies, but it doesn't smell. Tell me a flower that smells.
Okay, then you can make it smell nice and you can spray something on it.
I didn't know they were spraying it. I honestly thought flowers smell from
And
the
that's
moment you
your reason for
uproot it.
For feeling like it's a waste of money.
I feel like it's a waste of money. It's just plant. If you go outside right now, you drive, you're gonna see flowers.
What's her reaction whenever you get her flowers?
She likes the notes parts of it. Like I remember there was a time I sent flowers without the notes, and she's like, "Oh, I was looking for the notes. Why didn't you add the notes?"
So cute.
So I always
She's
add
so
the notes.
cute.
Like I write like paragraphs and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So she loves that, but she also loves colors. So I feel like she loves the colors of the flowers.
But then isn't that what it's about? Does everything have to be, oh, this makes sense financially or whatever? Can it not just be about every time I do this for my girl, she has the biggest smile on her face and it lights up her day? Can it not just be about that?
No, because you have to think about your
No,
future and
but you see,
finances.
that's the problem.
You have
with
to think about your
But
future.
but that's where you guys get it wrong
Mm-hmm.
because you guys are logical and that's fine. That's
Right.
how you guys are built.
Yeah.
But we're emotional, and there's certain times where you guys have to are gonna have to meet us halfway, and just be like, you know what, I don't really get it, but it's fine.
But a lot of us guys, right, we ain't got money like that. We're thinking about the future, right? So here's my thing. Let me give another example. Should we have a wedding that's extravagant and very expensive, or should we use that money towards a house that we own and we're going to build our family there and have our kids there? So I'm always thinking the flowers are just like having an expensive wedding as opposed to this other thing we could use money for.
So what would you rather do then? You would rather not give your girl flowers because you're saving money?
Yes. Why are
Oh
you
my
why are you
God.
looking at me like that's that's a bad
then-
rationale?
Because what are you doing? This is the other thing. When you are chasing a woman and you've got her, you
Yeah.
don't stop chasing her or making her feel like you are still chasing her, because that's where you're not gonna get the best version of her.
True.
So once you do have her, don't make me feel like, okay, yeah, we used to do that before, but like it's cool now. Maybe if you never introduce it from the start, then that's a different conversation. But don't introduce her to anything that you're not gonna upkeep.
Why not?
Regardless of
why is
whether,
there
like,
not
what
special
is-
occasions for things? So if I
Oh
do
my
something once, I've got
gosh.
to do it every day now?
Oh
No.
my God.
Why can't we do things for
I'm
special
not-
occasions?
That's
Yeah.
fine if it's a special occasion, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying if you just got, I'm just saying you can't cut off getting her flowers because you now realize what it does when she gets them and the notes that she receives. And it's okay to not think about everything in a financial sense. When
Be
it
honest with
comes
me,
to-
yeah.
when
Okay, when it comes to love and making her feel
love
good.
and making your partner feel good.
Be honest with me. Do you think black people waste money a lot, especially in
Yes.
Johannesburg?
Yes.
Okay, so speak on that. What's the difference? Like, I'm trying to get rid of that culture. Where
But you're putting wasting money with doing something that your partner loves. That's like,
my partner could love drinking and buying bottles and being on the table buying all type of expensive ass
Okay.
bottles, right?
yeah.
That's not a good thing to love. I gotta teach her a different way.
Yeah, but now that's something different. That's like alcohol and groove.
If people
and-
love alcohol.
We're talking about gestures now. Like,
Okay, what
sweet
if my partner loves
gestures.
getting Gucci every day, going to Diamond a walk?
But you knew, but did you not know that when you were asking her out?
No,
Because
I
that's the
don't know.
other problem. Men become very in denial about the woman that they met. Like now, you know the type of things she likes. You know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Now when she's inside, all of a sudden it's a bit too much. My nigga, then stay in your lane. It's really that simple. Like,
I've never heard you say the N word
Like-
before. I brought it out at you, my nigga.
like, come on. Like, no, because sometimes guys want to make girls feel bad. Like, and to be
No,
honest,
I hate what money has done to love.
I hate what it has done to love too. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna dispute that. I hate that it's become almost a trade-off. And when you are now meeting someone for the first time, if I speak on my experiences, I meet people who feel like they have to splurge and show off how much they really have in order to get me. Whereas I am as old school as it gets. I am a hopeless romantic and I want the sweet stuff and I want time. And I've had many wealthy men be shocked when I don't respond to their advances, and to the point where some will even be rude and say very rude remarks to me because they're not understanding that, like, dude, I'm like, yeah, I'm saying take this, you don't want to take it, what do you mean?
Right.
Whereas for me it's like I always say this: money is important. Money will always be important, regardless of love or anything. Family, money is important. However, I do not take your money out on a date. I do not kiss your money. I do not converse with your money. I don't lay in bed with your money. That's you. And if I'm not into you and I'm not feeling you and you're not doing gestures that are speaking to me in a way that I feel like I'm getting closer to you, then there's really no point for me to even find out what you've got in the bank. Type of
Right.
thing. But unfortunately, in today's world, a lot of people, a lot of Hans also are very look, as long as he's doing A, B, C, and D, I don't really care about anything.
That's what I'm saying. Yo.
I don't really care about anything.
Let's
And
speak
that's
on
a
that.
fact.
There's a guy that would buy flowers every day for you, but he has 10 other women.
Yeah.
And he's not talking to you. He doesn't care about
Exactly.
you. So it's not about the flowers.
No.
What I'm saying is about the love. And listen, if you love someone, the flowers will come, the notes will come.
Yeah.
But I just ate this thing of, when's the last time you bought me flowers? Like, do you understand what I
My
mean? There are
thing is-
dudes who can buy flowers for 20 girls.
Yeah.
And they don't mean nothing to them.
And they don't.
Yeah.
And it is something that should come off. That's why I was saying, how does it make her feel when you do it? Because it should come off from you wanting to please your partner, not necessarily the flowers.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, we are living in a world where, as you know, as long as a man is doing certain things, that you've got no reason to not be with them or to not be happy or to not love them.
Right.
In inverted commas. And I am the complete opposite. I've had instances where I dated someone and I ended things because he cheated on me. However, he was doing a lot of things for me in my life and stuff. So after he cheated on me and I ended, and I purely loved him, you know. After he cheated on me, I ended things. Some of my friends, to the point where even a guy that's my cousin, I was like, "Oh, you crazy? Why would you leave him? Because he cheated. What the hell? He does so much for you." I was like, "Yo." And you know what the crazy thing was? After he cheated on me, I did take him back. And then 2 months later, I ended things because I was spiraling. Like, I couldn't believe that he did what he did. And now I'm stalking this girl's Instagram account. I'm not believing anything you say to me anymore. When you hug me or you kiss me, in my mind, I'm just like, so you do this to everyone. It's not even that special. And then that's what was messing up my mind. And I couldn't stay because I don't have a poker face type of thing. I can't really pretend I'm happy when I'm not anymore. But
So
yeah.
you couldn't make it work. You just had to leave after. Yeah.
He unfortunately also wasn't necessarily trying to fix things. I think he was also under the assumption of, but I'm doing everything else. Why would this girl want to leave? Because of a little bit of cheating.
Right.
And look, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying I'm the type of person who has left every relationship because a man cheated. But it was just that to him, it was, I'm doing everything.
There was no remorse.
Emotions. Yeah, screw your emotions. Why are you upset about a little something? And it's also, unfortunately, it's also the way a nigga cheats and the way you find out, unfortunately. That
Really?
Like,
so it's not the cheating, it's the...
Damn.
I've been saying that...
You're gonna make me... I hope a lot of people don't get angry at me about this. But let me be honest in my opinion.
Please.
And to be honest, this is now a different answer that I'm giving versus what I would have given maybe 5 years ago or I don't know, 8, when I was really a lover girl and I was like, no, if he loves you, the reality of men is men are natural hunters, right? But I always say this: there's cheating and then there's disrespect, and all I ask for is to not be disrespected. That's all. If I'm your hun, please just respect me. Now, cheating is inevitable.
Hey, let's not do that.
It's
Let's not do that. It's not.
inevitable.
Why you believe that?
Inevitable.
But you did say that
remember
5 years ago you didn't believe that. So maybe 5 years later you might not think that anymore.
Like,
but why?
And remember, I can only ever speak on my own experiences and what I see, what I'm exposed to, whether it's friends, family. Do you get what I mean?
So you believe all men cheat?
I believe all men cheat.
Except black men, of course.
Well, let
all
me
white
say,
men.
I believe all men are capable of cheating, and 90% of them do.
90?
Yeah.
Okay. And the 10% that don't, of course, are black men, because black men don't
No,
cheat.
I wouldn't put race to it. I wouldn't put
Black
race
men
to
don't
it.
cheat.
Did
you not see the Harvard University-
I've only dated black men, okay?
And they cheated?
And my answer is different now from 5 years ago. I think
Did you catch
that tells
them in
you
the
a lot.
act? Because girls be assuming things. Did you catch them
No,
in the
I
act?
have. You know what happens? With
What?
me, my intuition is quite crazy. Things come to me. Like I once caught an ex of mine on a date. Like, I was at the same restaurant and I happened to...
Did he kiss her?
They were hand in hand. They were a date. They were in
Could
a
have been
date.
praying.
Don't make me slap you.
He's innocent. They could have been praying. Why did you just assume that?
Don't make me slap you right now.
What do you do when you're praying with someone? No, what do you do when you're praying with someone, Sibz? You don't hold their
At
hand?
a restaurant?
They're praying for the food. You don't pray for
There
your
was no
meals?
food. They were actually sitting on a couch still waiting for their table. And let me tell you, it was a long distance relationship. It was a guy that's not from here. So we had just video called each other like an hour before. And he was busy telling me how he's out, because he was based in London. He was busy telling me how he's outside of London for work. Because obviously we video call each other. I can see that it's not your house. So he's like, no, babe, I'm just outside of London for like some work, whatever. And he had now booked in a different hotel here in SA. But he was here in SA.
What?
Should I? Thank you. Oh, they were praying, right? They were
Wait. He was
right?
in SA and he told you that. Wait,
we were video calling.
Okay,
And he was in essays.
Why, if he's in SA, why didn't he come see you?
I don't know.
Wow,
I guess
that's
maybe I was
crazy.
dating him, but he wasn't dating me. Maybe.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Did you go?
happens.
Did you approach them?
I did. And he stood up and he, they were like sitting hand in hand. And he stood up and he hugged me and he said, I'll explain why later. And then he sat down and carried on with his day.
Did he explain why? What if there's a valid explanation?
Okay. So you want me
She's
to go
praying,
there.
he found
So
out that she's
Friday,
sick.
that happened on a Friday,
Okay, right.
That whole weekend they were together because obviously everyone in SA, well, not everyone in SA, but everyone who has seen me out with him in Joburg was dude, we seen your nigga here, but we ain't see you, you know? So the whole weekend he was with her. And only Monday he felt the need to come and explain to me. And the explanation was that he bumped into her on a flight here to SA and they were talking business.
Wow. So yeah, that's disrespect. That's not cheating. That's disrespect. Okay,
do you understand?
right.
And that hurts.
But isn't all cheating disrespectful?
100% it is.
Yeah.
I think, to be honest, maybe I and maybe a lot of other women have kind of created a safety net of trying to not expect the unexpected in a way.
Yeah.
So we kind of like create this soft cushioning of like, you know what, but at least if it's respectful. Because it just hurts way too much when it's disrespectful type of thing.
This is called the Theory Podcast, so you can throw out a theory out there, right? Do you think you know why men cheat?
Do I think I know why men cheat?
Yeah. Well, what do you think it is? Like, because I believe it's not that they don't love the partner that they're with. It's that we don't love ourselves.
I can agree to that because I don't think that a man who really values himself is easily accessible, accesses or allows people to access him like just any and everyone can,
Right.
you know? So I'd actually like to jump onto your description and probably say that it's that because I don't get it either. I don't know why.
I think
because
it's the ego, right? It's like another person affirming us, right? Sometimes you don't even like the girl, but you want to be able to believe that you can get that girl.
yeah.
So it's not about the girl, it's about how the girl
Ego.
makes you feel about yourself.
Also, if you're now around your boys and maybe you're even trying to check if you still got it type of thing.
Boom, that's another thing.
Another thing is because
yeah.
you guys get bored easily.
Yeah.
When you know your girl and you know she loves you but now
Right.
you're just craving a bit of
The more the merrier.
excitement
The
type
more
of
people
thing.
who love me,
Yeah,
the better.
And it's greed, it's greed more than anything. And what sucks is you guys will find your ultimate dream girl. Like you'll find your dream girl that ticks each and every, box that you've ever had, but you will still fuck it up. It just baffles me. I don't know. I wish I could be a nigga and get it. Because I'm just not
and I think the cheating even proves more that you love the girl because you're not willing to leave the girl. So it's like, that's why I'm cheating. I still want you. I don't want this other side chick. I want you, right? But I just want this girl for the night or I just want her for the occasion.
Okay, but then what happens with men who have side chicks for like years and years, like 8 years or whatever the case
The
is?
same side chick for 8 years?
Yes. You don't know men can do that?
And the side chick is a side chick for 8 years?
Yes.
Nah, that side chick needs to get her life together.
What?
Are you a side chick for someone for 8 years?
Men will even like be married and like have a whole nother family on the side.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I've heard about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, like, so that happened.
There's also another theory, right? And this came from a woman. She believes that side chicks should get beat up. Like if you're, it's wild.
Beat up
But
now.
if you're with someone, right? If you're a side chick to a married man and you know he's married or you know the man is in a relationship, you're an accomplice to adultery. And she believes that if you say no to that man can cheat. It takes two to tango. True. So as a woman, you should be able to be loyal to other women because you know the heartbreak and the pain of being cheated on. So she believes that the side chick should get beat up because if all women say no to the men that want to cheat, men will cheat.
But I don't like that theory being put up in that way because most of the time men lie.
Yeah. If the woman doesn't know, but if the woman knows and is still cheating, do you believe the woman should get beat up?
If she knows and she's still going there willing. The thing is, it can get so complex because men are so good at deceiving you and making you feel like
I'm going to leave my wife.
Yeah, things are horrible at home. Right. And this is not really what I want, but it's just hard. Staying for the kid. There's so many theories that they make up. And because women, I would say, as women, we're very naive and we're natural nurturers. So you coming to me with this big problem, I feel like, oh, my poor baby, type of thing. And then unfortunately, you also now are just like, ish, but I mean, here's this great guy who's not only, doing things for me, but he still gives me his time. Right. He understands the little things that I like, and he still takes me out on dates. So you're gonna fall.
Yeah,
it's only natural. I think when it comes to marriage and stuff, the person you always have to be angry at as a woman is your man. That's the man that vowed to you. That's the man that agreed to be yours, and that's the man that took you from wherever you were and said, yo, come be with me, come be in my life. So any anger or frustration should always be to him. Right. In a perfect world, yes, if the woman would be like, no, you're married, I'm not going to do this, then sharp. But how many men are persistent the moment a woman says that? How many men are really now trying to go for you?
Because now it's a challenge. Yeah.
That's been my experience for one. When the moment I'm just like, my nigga, what are you doing? What do you mean?
It's
know,
like,
I know
sure.
what's going on.
Get her.
That's when now he wants to prove a point. He's like, nah.
Right.
She said no to me?
Because they're not used to not getting what they want.
Exactly.
So it's like that one thing, I gotta get it.
And now it just becomes him proving a point.
Right. It's not even because he wants you anymore. He just wants...
It's his ego now. You bruise his ego. You can't bruise it.
He doesn't want to L. Yeah. That's true.
So...
Now let me ask you though, and be honest. Have you cheated before?
Have I cheated? Define cheating.
Oh, wow, Sibz. You sound like a Nigerian married man. Define cheating. Is it cheating if you have no children?
But you guys are the worst. You guys are like very...
No, not we guys.
What? Nigerian?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something about Nigeria.
Uh-oh. Lord
okay.
Mercy. Oh boy.
Let me tell you something from my friends' experiences, circles experiences.
Okay.
I've only ever had one experience, but it was enough for me to conclude and agree to this.
Yeah.
One thing about a Nigerian man, they will take care of you.
Do South African men not be taking care of their partners?
Not really. Not as they're very rare. It's a very selective few of them.
Okay.
But one thing about Nigerian, they will they don't want you stressing. No, don't stress, babe. Don't stress. But that's why the heartbreak when they do mess up is so painful.
Now your nails are looking fucked up.
I was going to say that. No, but I was going to say because you don't see it coming because they're so good at they've got the time.
Romantic,
they'll answer the phone. They'll take you out. They're so, you don't see it. You don't. And then when you do find out, you're like, but how, when, where,
Wow.
And then you really feel their absence when they're gone because you had someone who literally treated you like an egg. Like they didn't want you to lift a finger for anything. So that's why they give you guys the title of you guys are demons because when you do mess up, because you are though. Oh, because
We're not demons. Why we gotta be demons?
I was watching what is this Baby Beyond Borders, and the way you guys finesse honeys.
Yeah. We just moved with it. I don't know
No,
what it
it
is.
just rolls off your guys' tongue.
Right.
You just know what to say, and you just see glitter in the girl's eyes, and you're like,
Baby,
sure, she
come.
doesn't know.
Let me change
And
your
then it's
life.
like when they show the confessionals and the guy's alone and he's just speaking, he's like, yeah, I don't really like her. I'm like, what? You were
It's like a
telling her
different
everything.
person.
Yeah. But that's my analogy with you guys. Have I cheated? I unfortunately have. I did kiss someone else while I was still in a relationship with someone.
Okay, it was just a kiss.
It was a kiss.
And that was the only incident?
It's the only
Ever?
incident I've ever had. Ever had with him. And I think also the way he reacted and found out, it scarred me so much that I never wanted to ever do that again, type of thing. Because it was round about my first few years here in Joburg and like my first boyfriend, and we were not okay at the time. But I actually never like saying that, because whether you are okay or you're not okay, for as long as you are still dating this person and you've never broken up, you are supposed to be loyal.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, it was one stupid weak moment, and yeah, I kissed this guy. He found out. He actually went through my phone and he found out like that. And yeah, his reaction was horrible. I was like, I never want to hurt someone like that again. That was too painful to watch. But yeah, that was it. Like I've never, like if I'm dating someone, like if we are now locked in, I like being asked to be a girlfriend. Like I'm not we've spent 6 months together, so now it's by default. No,
Right.
ask me to be your girlfriend, and we've agreed. Nah, I'm faithful until we done, type of thing.
I have one last cheating question.
Okay.
Have you ever knowingly cheated with someone that's in a relationship? You weren't cheating, but you knew they were.
I wasn't cheating, but I knew they were cheating. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that happen often?
No.
Okay.
No.
Were you in love with that person?
Very much. Yeah.
Do you think the man, and I'm not trying to baby women or whatever, but do you think the man uses side chicks, that the side chick is also a victim? That there should actually be compassion for a side chick, because like you said, men are good at lying. I'll leave my wife, I'll leave this, blah, blah, blah.
I don't want to say there should be compassion, but I really believe that not everything is black and white. Sometimes there's just so much going on in the background. Sometimes these people met before the person they with was in a relationship, and they've always kind of been touch and go and trying to rekindle things. Sometimes, like I said, it's the man really like feeding the woman lies, and she's so naive to believe it. So I don't think it's always the case. And unfortunately, sometimes, and I think maybe you as a guy will agree to this, most of the time men don't leave a relationship unless they've already prepped for the next person, type of thing. Like men don't really stay long single. Like there's always already like a woman that they're ready to.
It's like a job.
Do you
I'm not going to leave
understand?
my current job until I know there's another one.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes the side chick is also like, sometimes side chicks get upgraded to the main. And so maybe some of them feel like, I can beg a Zell to be a side here because eventually I'll also come up.
Well, wouldn't you just have trouble trusting that guy, because it's like, yo, you cheated with me. So
100%.
Yeah.
But I think, these conversations always, and I try to be so neutral in them, because I always say this even to my mom herself, because I would ask her and I'd be like, babes, come on, this man had 2 other wives. What were you doing? What were you doing? But I try to understand and see it from her side too. That's why I try to not be very, no, the side chick's horrible. It's, because I kind of come from that.
Right.
I really kind of do. And I would hate to make anyone feel like they were wrong for what they did, because it didn't really end up being such a horrible thing to do.
Right.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So it's like I'm always so in between sounding like I'm advocating for it, but also sounding like it's the most horrible thing you could ever do as a human.
Yeah.
Because that's why I say there's so many things in the background that happen that you really
Right.
don't know.
It's nuance. It's
nuance.
it's
You
not
know?
black and white.
Yeah,
There's
it's
some gray
really
in it.
not. And
Yeah.
sometimes a guy meets a girl when he's really like in a rough patch with his current person, and it looks like it's ending anyway.
Yeah.
Only for them to have something happen and they rekindle,
Mm-hmm.
but then you still have this person that you were starting something with, and you want to. Do you understand? Like, there's so many complexities. Like,
And I come from the church, so I know some church secrets where my dad is a pastor, so we know what's happening. And there's some marriages that in the outside world they're still together, but legally they actually
They're
separated.
not,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And
Just
some-
like Will and Jada, that they said they were separated for 7 years.
Right.
So someone could have seen a female with Will.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he's cheating
he's
on Jada.
cheating,
But
right?
nah,
But no
were
one, so no one
separated,
ever
yeah.
really knows unless you know.
Yeah,
type of
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And
But your dad is a G, man, because I don't know how he got off on, because the new age women, maybe, I'm not saying your mom was a pushover or anything, but the new age women, whenever you like present the idea of polygamy, they're like, okay, so I get to hook up with other men too. So I'm like, how did he get it off where
I don't-
all the women were
yeah.
cool with him hooking up with other people, but they didn't?
I think what also has changed between then and now is now there's a lot of feminism, of which is a great thing, the core aspect of it. But what people have changed it to is what's horrible, because now it has become you gonna sleep with 10 girls, I'm gonna sleep with 10 niggas, where that was not the core essence of why feminism existed. It existed just so that we could have equal, like if I'm working the same job as you, I should also be getting the
Yeah,
same
paid,
thing.
yeah.
That's what it was about. But now it's been taken and twisted into something else. And I personally, I don't like it. Like I'm still a very typical old school woman that if I'm with my man, I'm with my man, and if you cheat on me, I'm not a payback or tit for tat type of person. And another thing this feminism has done, it's like it's this competition with men even in the relationship now. You know, it's like women now feel like if I also have a business, you should also cook and clean type of things. Like women don't even want to play the role of a woman anymore, which sucks. I'm a big like Kevin Samuels fan.
Oh,
I
wow,
don't know if you
really?
know Kevin Samuels. Yeah,
He be saying some wild
I know
stuff.
he be saying some wild stuff, but you know, like there's a lot of mainstream things that
Yeah.
get thrown out to make him look like this horrible person.
Yeah.
But if you take the time to really listen to not just a 2-minute clip or a 5-minute clip or the whole backstory of how he got to whatever he was saying, you'll actually hear that he's making proper sense, and he's just trying to make people go back to a time when they understood that the man plays a certain role and the woman plays a certain role, and together you guys achieve better than when we are like butting heads and I want to be a king and you want to be a king type of thing, you know. So his main thing was just trying to make women understand that being the woman is still great. You don't have to aspire to be the man or try and compete with him and tell him that, oh, you should also do dishes or you should. Like, it's so weird. I don't like it. I love being submissive to my man type of thing. Like, I don't feel like it
If he's worth
lowers
it,
me. Yeah, if 100%. If he's worth, like, I don't feel like it lowers me or makes me less of a woman, or, you know, I love it. And I actually hope, I wish we would still kind of hold those type of things with us.
Yeah. There's a quote that you said you live by, right? Which is, every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. Do you think women have gotten better with cheering each other on? An honest answer.
No, I think we are good at pretending we do. Yeah, but I don't think we still naturally want to push and help each other. Unfortunately, we just look. Obviously, there's always the rare or few that are still genuine in what they do, but we always have to speak about majority because majority rules. And if I just look around, I would say majority wise, no,
Not there yet.
not there yet. We're just in way more competition with each other than we've ever been. But at the same time, we're pushing feminism.
Right.
Do you understand? So it's like we're fake we're faking this whole girl thing for the world. It goes back to that thing again that we want these worldly, approvals versus doing things in the background because of social media type of thing. Like, we just want it to look like we're girl powering and stuff, but behind the scenes, I don't see it. I wouldn't say I see it, unfortunately.
Oh man, there's one story that I want to shout you out for that I heard about was because your business, the construction company, the brick company, it's in KZN. I remember there was a time that someone texted you that they needed something, and you were literally about to get your nails done. And you chose to not do your nails and to put it towards the investment of the. Yeah, I can tell how important your nails are to you. They're looking fly right now. So, yeah, and people might think that everything this girl touches becomes gold or whatever the saying is, right? Yeah. That the fitness apparel, the construction company, as a woman, even building a brick company. Yeah. I want you to give me some keys because I've tried every business that I could imagine. Drop shipping. If they said something was making money, I tried it and everything failed. So how is it that in just 2 years, you're already getting awards for your brick company?
Right.
And also the fitness apparel, I see women rocking it all the time. So what is the key to your success in entrepreneurship?
Damn. I think, okay, for one, I want to go back to what you said, which is what I don't do. I don't go for something because they say it's got money there. A lot of things for me, not a lot. If I go back to, okay, with the fitness apparel, it was something I sat and thought, what can I do that speaks to me, that is something that I naturally do or naturally can have a hand in. So I enjoy working out. So I can't exactly just open a gym tomorrow. But the one thing that I could start is my own fitness line. So that's how that started. Yeah. And then when it comes to the bricks, that is literally something that kind of just fell on me. It's not, I wouldn't say that like when I was still in varsity and stuff, I was like, oh, I can't wait to own a brick company. Because the only thing that I remember happening was we were being taught about, the importance of corporate social investment in varsity. And there's always this informal settlement that I would pass when I go back home. And that's where I was like, damn, one day I really want to have a construction company. And then one of my CSI projects will be to come build these people houses. Dope. But because after I thought like that, I wouldn't say I then actively started researching on what it takes to have a construction company or anything like that. After that, my mom got approached and someone was offering her like a brick making machine. That's what they were selling to. And she was like, and my mom also was a serial entrepreneur. So I think that also just added to maybe me having this DNA of being an entrepreneur. So yeah, when that came about, I already knew that I wanted to be a businesswoman. So I had a company registered. Everything was registered. I just didn't know what I was going to do with the company.
Gotcha. So
when she came and she was like, guys, they're selling me this, brick machine. What do you guys think? Should we do a family business? I was just like, no, hold up. That's actually mine.
Wow.
It has to be mine because I know I want a construction company. And if I start with bricks, then I'm going to end up having a construction company that is producing bricks in-house. So I would never have to buy bricks from someone else. So this would be the stepping stone into that. And then boom.
Pun intended, stepping stone. I see what you did there. She's good.
It's my soul Penduga vibe.
Sibz Jolie, ladies and gentlemen. Just lastly, to end it off real quickly, this is called the Theory Podcast. So I'm just wondering, what is a theory you live by? Like a statement that it's yours.
Always be true to yourself. In whatever it is that you're doing, do it knowing that I'm okay and fine with going to bed having done this the way that I've done it.
Dope.
And yeah, it's not to please anyone else. It's not to degrade anyone else, but I am pleased with how I handled this the way it's the truest form of me.
There you go. Yo, Theory Podcast, Sibz Jolie. We out. Peace.